Hi, and welcome to a brand new season 6 of the Northern Half Futures podcast with United Utilities. This is a podcast where you can submit your questions about all aspects of school, college or university life, as well as your apprenticeship or job. Once we have your questions, we ask our huge network of professionals and experts to give you the help and advice you need. In this season, we're looking at the challenges you're facing in your education, work and social life, ranging from difficulties with technology to office politics and mental health. For episode 1, we're focusing on your questions around education. Let's get into it.
I'm in lockdown in my university dorm and I'm having trouble concentrating in my Zoom classes. Any tips?
Hi, I'm Commodore Phil Waterhouse. I'm the Royal Navy's Senior Officer in the North of England. I'd say it's about routine, it's about discipline, it's about physical exercise, it's about eating healthily, and it's about taking regular breaks. So routine, develop your routine quickly and then stick to it. Start and finish the day with a disciplined routine. This means giving yourself plenty of breaks, giving yourself permission to relax, and identifying times when you'll focus on work. Put work times into your diary so that others know when to get in touch and when not to disturb you. In terms of discipline, block out your diary to give you adequate time to focus on the particular projects that you're dealing with. Aim to block out 1 to 2 hours at the very minimum in both the morning and afternoon, and be disciplined with these. Take physical exercise. Aim to do phys at least 4 to 5 days a week. If this isn't possible, try to achieve at least 3 days as an absolute minimum. In order to be mentally alert, you need to be physically alert. Challenge yourself and go from there. You must eat healthily. Nutrition and healthy eating is key, and link up your eating routine to your working routine. Now that you can't pop down to the shops, go easy on the sweets and the fizzy drinks. Remember, you're moving around much less when you're working from home or remotely, so take this into account with your nutrition planning. And finally, take regular breaks. Don't glue yourself to your screen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or you will break yourself. Aim for taking a break and leg stretch every 25 minutes or so. Go and make a drink or bang out some press-ups.
Gavin Sherritt, co-founder of Mashbo and mycreativefilm.co.uk. One of the things about being stuck inside is you're going to lose focus. So a good thing to do to protect your mental health is to potentially use apps such as Pause, which just switches you off from the surroundings of the room that you're in and your computer and your phone, just to take your mind away from what's actually going on around you. It'll actually boost your mental health, and it's a great companion to like having a healthy diet and keeping up with your exercise.
My mental health is struggling being stuck inside all day, but I'm in lockdown in my room and can't go outside. Have you got any advice for things I can do inside to boost my mental health?
Hello, I'm Susanna Boccaccio from Brilliant Trees Media. And here's my advice if you're struggling with your mental health being stuck inside all day. One thing you could try and do to try and improve your mental health is try a short daily meditation. It sounds a bit woo-woo, but I find that investing in just 5 minutes a day in that short meditation can be really beneficial. It really helps me relax and de-stress just before I start the day, and it also gives me focus and clarity for the rest of the day. There are loads of different apps out there and loads of free videos as well on YouTube to help you get started. And just giving yourself that time every day, I think, is a real act of self-care, even if it's just 5 minutes, and a big signal to the body just to de-stress. And you can make it into a daily ritual or daily habit, so it becomes part of your everyday routine by tying it in with something else that you do every day, like brushing your teeth, for example. So maybe give that a try and see if it helps. Good luck.
Carol Rimmer, educational consultant, having been in education for over 20 years. It's really important that you do things that can boost your mental health. Read a book, meditate, use one of the apps such as Calm or Smiling Mind or even Headspace to enable you to engage with the present. It's also important to communicate with those around you. Use the phone, old-fashioned text messaging, WhatsApp, Zoom calls, house party. All of these will allow you to keep in contact with people, and that's really important to continue to talk in this time.
With 6 months more of lockdown and more Zoom classes, I'm really thinking of dropping out of uni until COVID is over. What should I do, as I'm not sure if I'm making the right decision?
Hi, my name is Mira and I'm the Head of Programmes at Youth Leads UK. I've spoken to many students who are in the same position regarding lockdown in university. I personally would advise continuing on with your studies despite the current climate. We don't know when we're kind of going to get back to our normality and thus how long you're going to be deferring your studies for if you do choose to do so. University also has a more pronounced emphasis on independent study, and while not ideal, therefore shouldn't stop you from progressing academically. I think once things with this pandemic do slow down and we do start easing out of a lockdown, you will likely feel grateful that you didn't drop out now, and you'll be graduating with your friends, knowing that you've made it through uni at one of the most unsure and difficult times of our generation, and also joining a healthier job market with more job opportunities available than there are at the moment. I'd say know that you're not alone and that you will get through these tough times one way or another.
I'm new at university and straight into lockdown. I'm worried about settling in and making new friends here as I don't want to break any lockdown restrictions. Have you any advice for me?
Hi, my name's Victoria Price and I'm a partner at EY. My son is in exactly this situation. And when you're in a new city and start day one not knowing anyone, it is not easy. First of all, get to know those in your bubble. You're all in it together, and I think forming some strong connections in an initial group is a great way to start. Depending on the restrictions in your area, try and get outdoors and get involved with activities where you can socially distance in a safe way. And finally, make the most of the online groups and networks that the university will be trying to foster. Last of all, don't distance yourself from your support network at home. These are strange times, so obviously phone the family.
I'm going into school one week and then online learning the next because someone tests positive in my class. This is a constant cycle. How can I stay organised with constantly changing study and environment?
Hi there, my name is Di Keller and I'm the Diversity and Inclusion Lead at Northumbria Police. I think it's a real challenge when you are disrupted by sometimes being at school and then sometimes having to try and work in your home environment. And it's about where you can try and create some consistency and routine within that. It's really easy for us to slip into a more relaxed mode when we're studying from home. But actually trying to keep the routine of still getting up at the same time and going through your timetable as you would if you were in school can be really helpful, and it can get your mindset in a much more positive framework that'll enable you to move more agilely between working from school or working from home.
My friends at school are still hugging and acting normal in class. How can I speak to them about it making me uncomfortable without seeming paranoid?
Hi, my name's Mo Keegan, Workforce Development Manager at Knowsley Council. Remember, your views are as important as anybody else's. If any situation is making you feel uncomfortable, you have the right to approach the person and have a chat about it. Not in a confrontational way, but in a friendly way, to explain why you feel uncomfortable, why that is the situation, and how you'd like them to act instead. So in respect of this situation with COVID-19, I think my advice would be to have a chat with your friends. Tell them exactly how it's making you feel. Explain to them the risks that they are taking, not just with themselves, but also with their families. If they've got elderly grandparents or the parents or siblings or anybody in the family or close circle that they actually have any health issues, that they are more likely not to have such a positive outcome if they do get COVID-19. So explain to them that situation and ask them just to stop hugging and acting as though nothing's going on in class, because at the end of the day we all have a responsibility to keep each other safe.
That's it for episode 1. A big thanks to you if you sent in a question, and of course to all our experts who offered their advice. If you would like some help or advice with any challenges you're experiencing in work, education or home life, then just record your question on your phone and email it to us at hello@northernpowerfutures.com, and you could be featured on a future episode. We'd love to hear from you on social media too. You can find us on Instagram at Northern Power Futures or Twitter at NP_futures. And you can also visit our website at northernpowerfutures.com. The Northern Power Futures podcast is a What Goes On media production.